So the other day I was watching this show called I Am Shauna Rae. It's about this woman right here who is 8 years old stuck in a 22-year-old's body. Wait, I mean she's 22 years old caught in an 8-year-old's body. There we go. And if you're wondering how this happens, well you see Shauna had brain cancer as a child and had to undergo treatments for this cancer that basically stunted her growth to a complete halt. I truly cannot imagine how this would feel. When I was 8 years old, I looked like this. I mean, that would be insane to have to live the rest of my life looking like that. She currently stands at 3 foot 10 inches and obviously faces a ton of challenges in her everyday life. For one, she has to constantly deal with creeps out there in the world who want her because she looks like a child. You know, EDPs. These guys are out there looking for their cupcake, and that is disgusting. Other than that, her main problem is that no one takes her seriously as an adult, and her parents are very overbearing. She even has the classic mother who blames herself. Overall, the situation is very sad, but it's TLC, so we follow her on her quest for love and adult responsibilities. Adulting, as the white women would say it. So she goes to the bar and gets mad because they card her. And then she also gets upset because she feels like all eyes at the bar are on her, and it really makes her uncomfortable. But really, what can she expect when they see what looks like an 8-year-old at the bar? She then goes to a sexy shop and they card both her and her friends, which also makes her upset. She just always assumed that people should just miraculously know that she's a 22-year-old woman and not 7 years old, despite having the voice and the height of a kid. It's not even like a traditional little person where you can kind of like tell they've aged. Like when you see an old little person, you know it. But when it comes to Shauna, she just stays the same. And I can get the frustration and I can get the insecurity, but she's always giving people dirty looks and taking it as a slight when they can't tell she's not a kid. Even with all that being said though, she does seem like a pretty cool person. And I actually really do like this show, but there is one clip I wanted to highlight for you guys today, hence the clip over here on the screen where Shauna's gonna go on a blind date. So let's just get right into that.
Gabby the matchmaker has set me up on a second blind date, and this afternoon I'm going to meet him. I wanted them to be blind dates specifically on my end because there's a lot of judgment in people's faces when they first see me. Makes it a little more real.
So she's purposely going out of her way to set up these blind dates. That's how she would prefer the interaction go. And that's where she kind of loses me because I don't necessarily feel like it's an okay thing for her to do. And I understand that dating for her is really hard and can actually be a pretty traumatic thing. I just don't think given her physical circumstances, it's okay to bombard someone in this way. Because like I said, she's not like a typical little person where they actually show age. I mean, she's gonna be walking up in here still looking like a 7 or 8 year old girl, and I don't think everyone would necessarily be okay with being seen out in public romantically with somebody like that. You know, she's nervous walking in. I mean, just from the jump, look at the look on his face. He's like, yo, where's Ashton Kutcher? Are they gonna be coming out with the cameras anytime soon? I mean, seriously though, how would you expect somebody to react, you know, other than, is this really a serious thing?
Hi, I'm Shauna.
Hi, Shauna. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Nice to meet you.
You don't look like an Abraham.
Whoa. You know, you can't tell me that wasn't at least a little bit racially motivated.
Oh, no, you don't look like an Abraham. You know, I see you more as a Tyrone or maybe a LeBron.
What do I look like?
I don't know, but not an Abraham.
Well, give me a hug.
Oh, a hug? You want a hug? Oh,
Yes.
Oh, I don't like hugs.
I mean, also just not a very good first impression from where I'm sitting. And I do understand why she comes off so standoffish and kind of like blunt and cold. Because she says in the show that in the past she's been used time and time again. But in my opinion, if you're the one setting up these blind dates, you should be ready to have a good time. You should be ready to mingle and not necessarily have all your guards up.
I legit despise when people try to hug me.
I'm very thankful.
Well, yeah, I'm sure it's kind of awkward,
He
man.
dealt with
Honestly, I was a little surprised, and I was like, all right, let me just, keep myself contained, because I thought that I was being punked or something at first.
And honestly, I can't even blame him for having that sort of reaction. I'm sure there was a million things running through his head at this point. And I think him keeping his composure and like not outwardly saying like, yo, is this some bullshit? Where are the cameras? Or what the fuck is going on? Was actually a pretty cool way for him to handle this.
I was told that she had like a form of cancer and that it may have like affected her growth a little.
Yeah, so he knew she was gonna be short, he just probably didn't know that she was still gonna look like she was 7 or 8 years old. I mean, even just looking at the picture right now, it's actually just kind of a really awkward thing to look at. And honestly, I'm just feeling more and more bad for her because her dating life must just be so difficult. You know, even if a person does somehow develop romantic feelings for you, just when y'all go out, it's gonna be such an awkward thing. You're gonna always have people look in your direction. If you show them any sort of public affection, people might even start calling the cops on your ass or something crazy like that. And it's really all kind of justifiable because it just does not look right. I would think maybe she has to find someone who's just like her. You know, I don't know if there's other people who have suffered this same fate, but this is really just a tough scene.
That's one thing I want to let you know is I played football.
Yeah, you're a football player. I didn't care that Abraham was an ex-football player. I don't care for football. He didn't come off as a Jew's head.
This is also kind of a recurring theme throughout the show. I mean, I don't know if this is TLC's doing or what, but for someone who doesn't want to be judged very often and who's always getting mad because they feel like they are being judged, Shauna Rae herself can actually be pretty judgmental. And actually kind of rude. Like right there, it actually meant a lot to him to say, yo, you know, I wanted to let you know I was a football player in the past. Maybe that's, you know, still a big part of his identity. Maybe he wants to be a football coach or something like that. And she's like, I don't really fuck with football, so I don't give a fuck. And you know, coming from her, it sounds kind of rude, but at the end of the day, I can see how she would get jaded socially just being like this.
Oh, so you were a Giants fan?
Yes, and
Well, you picked the wrong team.
Damn.
I will say that I was standoffish towards Abraham in the beginning, and that's just because my trust issues are through the roof. My walls are
I mean, like I
100
said
feet
earlier, I
tall
get it.
because I've been used a lot, and I've been used for dumb reasons.
Yeah, guys, and like I said, at the end of the day, it is really sad. You know, this is one of those situations where I actually feel bad for both people. And I definitely understand why she can be the way she can be sometimes, just because her life has probably been pretty traumatizing and pretty hard. I mean, just having brain cancer as a child is an insane thing to have to go through. So I'm not trying to knock Shauna Rae, you know, I'm not trying to shit on her. But I want to know down below how you guys would feel if you got set up to go on a blind date and then the person who came out was actually 22 years old, but they were in the body of an 8-year-old, okay? Let's go back to the picture of me. Let's picture that. You know, at the end of the day, like I said, I feel bad for everybody involved. Let me know what you guys think about this situation down below. Let me know if you guys want me to cover more Shauna Rae because like I said, I do kind of enjoy this show. As always, I do want to thank you guys for watching today, though. I'm glad to bring back some TLC to the JAMARI channel. Glad you guys have been enjoying the face cam. I'm not always going to do it. Probably like 30% of the videos I will, and I'll keep the other 70% like the OG style. But either way, guys, I want to say thanks for rocking with me. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for dropping likes on the video. And as you guys know, there's some other TLC content out here that needs to get covered. So it's been your boy, the Tan Superman, and I'm out. Peace!